everybody, what's going on? And welcome to GNR Central. And Guns N' Roses kicked off their North America tour last night with a show in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, the show on the weekend, I wouldn't really consider the first show. It was more of a warm-up gig that was announced sometime last week. And there was a lot of negative reaction to the performance, not yesterday's performance, the first show at the Palladium. Just the people saying that Axl's voice wasn't sounding as good. But yesterday's show, reading the forums and watching the Periscope, it was overwhelmingly positive. I'd say about 95% of the comments were pretty positive on Axl's voice and the band sounding tight. I've even seen a lot of positive comments about Frank's drumming getting so much better. Having seen the band twice already on tour, I can tell you Frank's drumming is probably one of the low points of the entire band, but people are saying he sounds really good. He sounds like much tighter with Duff and Richard. And let's talk a bit about the set list yesterday. So the set list was a little bit longer than the previous show. They added a couple more songs at the encore, but the set list is pretty much the exact same as you guys have come to know it. I'm happy to say that Black Hole Sun is no longer in the set list. Wichita Lineman is still being played live, but the encore was a bit longer. They added Don't Cry, The Seeker was played, which they hadn't played on Saturday's show, and then Madagascar was played as well. And then they closed it off with Paradise City. Now, there was a minor Axl rant, but it was more of a joking rant that he did. So I was watching the Periscope, and as soon as Madagascar was done, which is literally where I came in and started watching it, Axl was talking about how his in-ear monitor was screwed up. And it was either screwed up or it was broken. And he said he was having trouble hearing the bass and the drums in his monitor. So that's why he was singing off key and out of time on Madagascar. Then he joked that his crew ended up turning up the EQ. Keyboardist Melissa Reese sounded like a chipmunk, and he had to stop himself from laughing during the song. So that was that was one of the highlights of the show. And it's kind of funny when you go see Guns N' Roses compared to the old days. Axl used to talk so much more to the audience, and he doesn't sadly do that as much, so he'll sometimes say a couple things in between songs when I went and saw them, but it's kind of nice he's talking a bit more during the actual songs. And their next show is going to be played on Saturday, I believe, or Saturday or Sunday, I think it's the 27th or 28th, at the Louder Than Life Festival, which is going to take place in Kentucky. And if you guys are looking for videos on YouTube, I posted the concert recap on my website yesterday, like as soon as it ended. And I'm looking this morning, and the videos have already been pulled off of YouTube. So a lot of the Hollywood Palladium shows have already been removed from, Saturday. A lot of those videos got taken off YouTube. There's maybe one or two, but if they are up on YouTube, they must have been uploaded pretty recently. But looking this morning, there are some clips from yesterday's show that show up, but they'll be pulled off of YouTube. So the same BS that's happening, that happened about a year ago, is happening once again. And of course, the band's not doing anything about it. It's kind of ironic considering Del James loves to post bootleg footage on his Instagram, and then he loves to lecture people and tell people don't post bootleg footage of Guns N' Roses on YouTube. So I kind of see that he's a hypocrite in that way. So turning now to some of the other Guns N' Roses news, if you guys have been following all of the leaks that have been happening lately, there's been tons and tons of leaks basically going up every single day. So there was a total of 15 CDs that apparently was found at Tom Zutot's storage locker, and it's been slowly leaked over time, and a majority of the songs have leaked. I think we've got pretty much every song that's got vocals on it leaked, and then there's been a lot of instrumental stuff. Unfortunately, none of the stuff that was re-recorded, like none of the Appetite re-recordings have leaked, and I don't even know if they're in that storage locker. But it seems like most of the songs that have leaked are Chinese Democracy songs that are being worked on, in the early 2000s or late 90s. There was a re-recording of Knocking on Heaven's Door that did leak online with vocals, but I didn't think it was that great from what I heard. And we've still got a couple more things that are supposed to leak, but it seems like they're just alternate versions or rough mixes of stuff that's already leaked. So you've probably seen songs, like even the entire Chinese Democracy album leaked, like the rough mix of that album, which was probably from, I think, the year 2000, which really goes to show you that a lot of these songs have been kicking around for a long time, but they just got re-recorded, they got remixed, and they had new producers come in and new players, and that's why everything took so long to be put out. But then you've probably seen a lot of other songs like Eye on You. There was one called The Quick Song. There was one called Zodiac. There was one called Real Doll, which I don't know if that one is leaked online yet. And Hard School was one that's leaked, which actually appeared on Guns N' Roses' alternate set list on Saturday's show. So there's a lot of speculation that, who knows, maybe Guns is re-recording that song for a new record, and it'll make a live debut sometime on this tour. But that does it for today's news, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, Make sure you guys check out gnrcentral.com for the latest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.